Quote from Malcolm X: "Media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and the guilty innocent. And that's real power because they control the masses." Now, if you've been watching what's been happening for the past couple of weeks, especially this week, it should be obvious to all of us, as it's finally hit me like an avalanche of bricks, that the fix is in. I'm sorry to say it, but the fix is in. The Democrats, the media, and now the Republicans have all gotten in bed together, and they've decided how this election is going to be, and they've decided to give this to Hillary. Probably be the first time in history that I can think of that somebody's going to be handed the presidency on a silver platter, especially someone who so richly deserves to be in prison as opposed to being rewarded with the highest office in the land. This is really sad. I just have never been so ashamed of my country and so saddened by the actions that my government has taken to actually rig an election like this so that the votes of all the people who voted for Trump are basically nullified. We don't matter. We're deplorables. We're irredeemable. I don't care that Hillary apologized for that or immediately regretted it. It's one of the many slips that she has let go, actually showing us what she really thinks. Like in the first Democratic debate when they asked her, "Who are your enemies?" and she said the Republicans. And she had to backtrack on that the next day because your political opponents are not supposed to be your enemies in this country. This isn't Latin America. We don't kill our opponents here. Okay? But she let it slip, and that's what she thinks. She's regarded Republicans to be her enemies going back to the 90s. I mean, when Clinton was president. She talked about this vast right-wing conspiracy. Wow. If you look at what's happening in the country right now, I've never seen a conspiracy as huge and all-encompassing as the one that's happening right now, which has originated from the DNC and has spilled over into the mainstream media and has now infected the Republican Party. We've known for a long time, going back at least 20, 25, maybe 30 years, that the media in this country has been friendly to the left wing. It's always been that way. But they've gone so far now that the media in this country, most of the major news stations, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, I mean, you name it, anybody in the alphabet soup, with the exception maybe of Fox, they're all propaganda tools of the Democrat Party. These debates and the moderators have been shameful. I've never seen anything so slanted and one-sided in all my life. What happened to the days when we had moderators like Jim Lehrer that sat there stone-faced and stoic and didn't really give up their opinion when they were presenting questions to both candidates? I mean, Anderson Cooper, he's a hack. He's obviously a Democrat. He's a Hillary supporter, and he has no shame in letting that be known when he's hosting an event where he's supposed to be a neutral party. I don't understand why the GOP allows this to happen. How is it we have 3 debates and 2 of them are hosted by Democrat operatives? Why isn't it that every single debate should be co-hosted with at least one conservative and one liberal commentator to serve as a balance on the panel? What's wrong with having a debate where we have maybe, Anderson Cooper and Sean Hannity? I mean, fair is fair. We get screwed like this every single time, and the Republican Party lets it happen every single time. Trump got it right this week, where he said the Democrats don't fuck their own, but the Republicans do. They're a whiny bunch of backstabbing pricks, and they don't deserve our votes anymore. And it's really sad because we can't become Democrats. I mean, those of us that are conservatives and Republicans, and we've been, towing the party line all these years, can't just jump ship and go to the Democrat Party. They're complete opposite of everything that we believe in and everything we stand for. So where do we go? Do we become captives of the Republican Party now? Are we stuck with them? I think that if Trump loses this election, I think the GOP is done. I think you're cutting your own throats to all the leaders of the GOP. You are committing political suicide by doing what you're doing right now. Trump has a huge voting bloc, and that voting bloc is not going to dissipate anytime too soon. And their righteous anger is not going to go away very quickly as a result of what's happening right now. We're going to remember all of you. And a lot of you are going to lose your jobs. Paul Ryan and John McCain, Mitch McConnell, John Kasich, all of these little backstabbing little assholes who don't want the status quo upset in any way will actually accept President Hillary Clinton and accept the Supreme Court being jerry-rigged for the next 30 or 40 years with left-wing liberalism. This is what you're imposing on us. I expect it from the media. I expect it from the Democrats. I never expected it from the Republican Party. I've known that they've been feckless and weak for years. They've allowed Obama to do every single thing he wanted to do without complaint. They pay lip service to us. They tell us that they're going to end Obamacare and they're going to end the illegal amnesty that he signed with executive order. And they're going to do this and they're going to do that, and they don't do shit. They haven't done anything. In all the years that Obama's been president, they haven't challenged him or rolled him back in one single instance, and they've let him have everything that he's ever wanted. Where do we go from here? If Trump doesn't win and Hillary becomes our president, what do we do next? Me personally, speaking for myself, I have to abandon the Republican Party. I just can't stick with this rancid, rotten, corrupt organization anymore. I mean, winning is within their grasp. At least it was a few weeks ago. It's right there, ready to just be taken. And they're so vested in losing. They can't stand the thought of actually winning, especially when the person who might win might actually change things. They seem to be forgetting that the Tea Party movement that put a lot of those Republicans in the Congress expected action. And they've done absolutely nothing to live up to the standards that the Tea Party imposed upon them when they got their support and helped get them elected. This is really, in my opinion, this is a coup d'etat. This is a seizure of the government with the collusion of everybody involved. Republicans, Democrats, the media, the FBI is in on it, the Department of Justice is in on it. The FBI doesn't do their job and indict Clinton. If ever there was a person who deserved to be indicted, she deserves it many more times over than Richard Nixon ever did. I'm sorry. Some bumbling burglars breaking into DNC headquarters and getting caught, that's minuscule. It's tiny compared to all the shit that Hillary Clinton has done in her life and in her career. And she gets a pass every single time. We finally have a dead to rights. And it seemed obvious to everyone involved that the FBI was going to make a recommendation for an indictment. James Comey goes out and does his press conference. He reads off a long laundry list of everything that Hillary Clinton has done wrong and illegal. And it sounded like an attorney reading an indictment. And then at the end of all of it, he says, but we're going to recommend not to indict her. Why? Why does she get a free pass like that on things that everybody else would go to jail for? Why is it that Bill Clinton can meet with the Attorney General in her private plane in a private meeting behind closed doors a day before the FBI is going to make its recommendation as to whether or not to indict? And they said, oh, we were just talking about golf and our grandchildren. Bullshit. Bullshit. Who believes that? They get away with everything. And they continue to get away with everything. And if Hillary Clinton becomes president, we are going to have the most criminal, corrupt, administration since Richard Nixon. Don't let this happen. Don't listen to all of this bullshit that the media is feeding you right now. They're dredging up some women from 20, 30 years ago who say Donald Trump groped them. Can't you see that this is a political assassination? This is a hatchet job. And they're going to keep on doing this every day. More shit like this is going to come out right up until the election day. They're going to throw so much shit on him, and they're not going to report on Hillary.